Hey, what is up everybody? I'm Piglet here once again, and I'm Sylvester here. We're back from the Maxi Toys. Welcome back to my last play of Sonic Unleashed for the Nintendo Wii/PlayStation 2. So last time we actually did manage to conclude Missouri, and we seemed to beat the hell out of Egg Beetle, which is the first boss in the game, and we actually restored the first continent of the game. So today for this episode, we're about to continue on and to go either Spagonia or Alaska. Let's go ahead and pick, let's pick, Alaska first, just because we feel like we can go ahead and explore in a new location. Yeah, so that'll be the greatest plan for that after all, so, yeah. And this was, I believe it was based on Atlantica, or in this case, Iceland, so I'm pretty sure that's what I was gonna be thinking of, so once again, we're gonna have to talk to those cardboard cutout, or else in the 360 version that, again, that these, humans are purely rendered, so that's basically that, some people seem to, do not like this version of this hub world, so, because it was just the menu screens and stuff like that, so it maybe seemed kind of pointless at first glance, but you have to get used to with this stuff. Whilst in the 360 version, all you have to do is just basically just, you know, jump straight into the Gaia gate, or in this case, the stage select. So, yeah, I think that's what we can do in this part. And we can actually get ourselves a 4th continent sun tablet, in this case, a key. Let's see if we can actually talk to, actually, let's not go ahead and talk to the stuff right there, so we're gonna go straight into the secret shrine itself. And then here we have the 4th temple, but apparently this was actually the 3rd temple we actually been into, because so far we actually been on 3 temples so far. So even then, that it was pretty much important for the plot until later on, so alright, so it looks like the daytime stage we're gonna be heading into. It's been a while since we've actually been into a daytime stage since appetites, including the Death Egg, oh no, not the Death Egg, the Egg Beetle boss from Missouri Day. So, yeah, so let's get started here. And right off the bat, we can go ahead and do a little bit of a tutorial of how to use the Stomp ability. Because basically, if you ever played the Xbox 360 version / PlayStation 3 version, that in order to actually progress through each of the level, that if you actually get into Alaska for the first time, that the ability you can actually get with it, it was basically just a stomp ability, or in this case, stomp shoes. Well, basically, if you actually jump in midair, and then press the B button to actually do a stomp. So, that's basically as pretty simple as you could get. Yeah, this was definitely the first power-up we can actually attain from in the HD version. Alright, so here we go, into the actual daytime stage on Alaska, known as Cool Edge. So, I'm really quite surprised at how, this is actually probably my favorite ice level next to Ice Cap Zone in, Sonic Adventure and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Because normally, that, even then in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle does not have, oh, in this case, Sonic Adventure 2 does not have any sort of snow levels. Which I felt kind of like, well, surprised about that. But, I mean, sure, it was kind of all in all, but oh god, we missed the dash panels. Yeah, in order to actually reach to the other side of the level, then you must able to take a dash panel in order to reach it. So you can't just immediately boost to win, basically. So that might be seemed a bit underwhelming at first glance, I gotta admit that, but you just have to put up yourself with like this one, so yeah. Oh, so I think we know we made it on that part, so that maybe some suggestions with that. So, not much things we can actually just to talk about for you guys. It's just basically that, well, obviously that, the fact that, I forget. Since we're almost there, although we're halfway through for March already, so to speak. And then basically after March, just that, I believe that you might actually tackle something new for this playthrough so far. Yeah, as far as I noticed already, so. And what's really cool about when you start off the Alaska day is that you can actually hop onto the bobsledge. You remember in the Sonic the Hedgehog 3, or in this case Sonic 3 and Knuckles in the Ice Cap Zone, that the main gimmick at the very beginning of the Ice Cap Zone, including Sonic Adventure as well, that you're riding on yourselves on a snowboard. And then I'm pretty sure that what else does it got in here? Oh, and also from Sonic Adventure 2, that you actually go on the snow, or in this case, the skateboarding on the City Escape. And I believe that, and I believe it also has the same snowboarding mechanics in the snow level in Sonic Rush Adventure called Blizzard Peaks. So that's basically what we can go for. Oh, you idiot! Anyway. So, since we actually got the first step of this playthrough, I won't able to guarantee it that we won't able to get an A rank as much as we can do, because for one, we're constantly smacking into the walls, and two, that we actually did fall off into the I think it's the bobsledge part, so hopefully we won't manage to actually screw this up again. And then, unlike the HD version of this game, is that if you manage to actually somehow trying to actually get 100 rings, your life count doesn't increase, so I'm not exactly sure why that was happening. I think they may actually change the 1-up system in this version over the HD version. Because, you remember how the HD version that you could collect 100 rings each? That will actually grant you a 1-up. But in this version, I believe in order to get the... Oh god, no! No! Ah! Well, there goes the first S rank. Yeah, because obviously we take a slower route. Yeah, sometimes there are plenty of shortcuts you can actually pull this off, but sometimes though it might be a little bit well, tricky to actually get onto. So yeah, we missed out the S rank on this level. So. And considerably that we seem to almost run out of time on getting the A rank. Yeah, we're not doing too great on this level, to be honest. Yeah, I gotta say that much. But we'll take the B. So yeah, that's what happens if you get a B rank, you only get like 1 medal. And then if you get an A rank, you can only get 2, and then if you get an S rank, you get 3. So, and the list goes on. As far as the medal count is concerned. So yeah, that concludes Cool Edge. But before we end the continent, we're gonna have to do some missions. Alright, so first of all we need to collect 150 rings, so this won't be too hard, I gotta say that much. So I guess a few things we just want to briefly mention that there's going to be 10 more days left until My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 6 will be actually be revealed. Until in the 26th of March, 2 days after Hyrule Warriors Legends on the 3DS will about to come out. So yeah, because Hyrule Warriors Legends will actually just about to come on the Nintendo 3DS on the 24th of March. So that will be about 8 days to go actually. So mostly pretty excited about that actually, so yeah, because we're gonna be including with those little extra content of how the Wii U version, although granted I might actually try to go ahead whenever we play Hyrule Warriors on our own time. That means we might actually go ahead and transfer some of the content to the Wii U version, so that well, obviously we just want to play Hyrule Warriors on the both either the Wii U and 3DS at the same time. Alright, so here we go with the next mission in Alaska. Don't break anything along the way. Alright, if you remember from Sonic and the Secret Rings, the mission itself in Sand Oasis called Don't Break the Jars. I think these types of missions are pretty much exactly similar, like the ones in Sonic and the Secret Rings had, which is on Sand Oasis. However, if you actually get smash those ice, the mission will actually fail for you, so it's a bit like that. So, however, what I highly recommend it to you in this mission is that you have to take yourself easy, just because you don't want to accidentally just use the boost button. So yeah, don't trust the boost button in these types of missions, because obviously you will actually fail this mission no matter what. So Although, dash panels may actually help you in that part, especially it actually automatically takes you into what direction they actually want you to go to. So, get the suggestions with that part. So, yeah. And I believe that will wrap things up for daytime stage for Kulesh. And because of that, we actually got ourselves the second half of the, well, the planet coordinate key. Or in this case a tableau, whatever you want to prefer calling it. So now let's head back to Spigonia because that's the next thing we want to do in here. And because of that, we're about to be doing some next bunch of stages we're going to be coming across. So let's go ahead and get into it. However, in order to actually speed things up with the little tornado animation, that in order to do that you have to hold down the A button. So that's basically what you can do, possibly you can get. So I'm pretty sure after when we actually try to go ahead, what reward we can get. Oh yeah, we got a soundtrack. Just to add it up to the collection's sake. So yeah. No, we don't want to go into the pickle lab. God, the analog control can be a bit of a finicky at some point. Anyway, so let's go ahead and click on to here. I don't think we can actually talk to him just yet though, until later on. But I think the main street will actually be the key here, so yeah. Because we're going to be talking to Lucina and I'm pretty sure that's that little girl of hers, or something like that. So once you talk to those two, then I believe that gives us a moon tablet on the second coordinate. So now we access to the secret shrine in Spigonia. So yeah, that's basically what we can get. And I'm pretty sure we can actually deal with the nighttime stages in this world. So yeah, basically that we're gonna do some more beat 'em up enemies and cool ass stuff. I suppose that's probably what we're supposed to do in here. And as far as Spigonia is concerned, that this was actually the second temple, or in this case the I'm pretty sure we can enter the fourth temple so far, so at least we actually been into a couple of temples from this other situations ago. So, yeah. Alright, so here we go with the first act in a nighttime stage in Spigonia, which was Alleys of Spigonia. So, even once we come across into those bunch of enemies, that means we're going to be hearing this repetitive battle theme again. Hey, it's been a while since we've actually been into the nighttime stages since Apatos as well, so yeah. In fact, let's just go say that right now that well, obviously that I was gonna we're potentially trying to go ahead and well, I don't know what to think of anyway. So if you approach here, well, assuming if you don't see it right now, but if you approach to the left, that will actually give you an item. So yeah, as far as I'm suggesting with that part. And if we approach into this little market right there, and then you get yourselves a free item, which, again, we can't be bothered to actually do that on the playthrough, but you might actually do that whatever you wanted to when it comes to if you actually play this game on your own time. So still, as far as the visuals compared to the PlayStation 2 version over this version, I think I prefer the Wii version's visuals over the PS2 version because I think to me that the visuals in the PlayStation 2 version doesn't feel a little bit more likely the Nintendo 64 visuals, but that's just in my personal opinion for that anyway. In addition to actually having yourselves a maze on your profile, you actually get yourselves also get from the Sonic faces as well, so I think it also does that in Sonic colors as well, so yeah, that's the one thing we just have to mention that anyway. Alright, so here we had ourselves in the, almost right near to the hunchback of, well, Notre Dame, basically, because I'm pretty sure, although, almost come close though, because it has like 2 clock towers and such, so yeah, it's pretty cool though to see from that viewpoint. But unfortunately though, we need to progress until we actually finish about dealing with these enemies first. Considerably, that's what we're going to be doing on that part. So, let's beat the Christ out of him. And, you know, let's try and access the Unleash mode. Because yes, if you actually see in the bottom part of the, if you see it underneath the health bar. That if you see this little blue light thing, that actually represents the Unleash mode. Which, if you actually press the Y button, assuming if you play this on Nintendo GameCube controller, that you actually access to Unleash mode, which actually has like a huge amount of strength and some more combos you can actually perform. However, you need to get those blue forces until you actually just pull this off. Most of the red ones are just simply just upgrades for you. So yeah, that's all I can imagine there. And it looks like we're going to be still collecting those little trinkets or something like that, all these pieces to actually access to continue. So it may look like we're going to be doing for the majority of these types of levels. So as far as we can tell, that it won't be that much of a complicated thing to do. If you approach on the right side, then you can get yourself an item, which, again, you don't have to get all the items per se, but at least it's kind of rewarding. So, which one should we go for first? I think we might actually go ahead and get this item right there. So, why did that Leaves of Faith do not reach? Come on, that's not fair. Yo, come on, man. There's gotta be something to actually just to reach to it. I mean, still, what the heck? I mean, granted, that piece was actually on top of the fountain, but it's just my aiming, although aiming jump shot was actually a bit more wonky at areas. So, anyway, now let's go get this last piece, and that was on this side right there. And now we can actually continue. Yeah, not too difficult, not too complicated or anything, just so that we can actually know where these pieces are. So, yeah. But even then, that on the playthrough itself, we almost attempt to be like a quarter of it done. So, at least this game is quite literally the longest Sonic game we could be tackled through. I believe, kind of think of it, back in 2011, that me and Buzz Lightyear seems to have actually done this playthrough at first. That I'm pretty sure that you two did done this playthrough as in 55 parts. Yeah, the same amount of number videos as it does for Mario Party, specifically in the first game in the series. So that's actually pretty convenient. More have you. So, anyways, let's grab this rings here, mostly 10 rings mostly, and we'll activate this little switch. I guess you can't activate it when you're behind it, so you have to be in front of it. Specifically on this little position here. So, I think that's the only change with it, so, you know. Can't be bothered to get that item, so, because it might actually just wasted our time for that part, so. Okay, if we actually go here, then it actually gets us a force, so, there might be some suggestions. Okay, so let's swing from buying all this little horizontal bar to one end to another, so that seems ordeal. So, and there's the goal ring at the end. And Chip is trying to tell you that you can also get onto the other side of this little rooftop while actually grab into these cover type enemies. Yes, we actually encountered these things first grants at the very beginning of this level. And basically what you have to do is just basically, if you time your jump just right, and then press the, I believe it's L and R all together, and then that will actually dip them down. So, pretty easy to enemies, easy enemies to deal with here. Because of that, it only has like a little bit of health. So, but before we go into the earth, let's deal with that enemy, and that will be it. So, unless if you completely ignore the goal ring, then you probably can get these secret item boxes if you wanted to, but we might as well end the level here. And it looks like we actually, we managed to complete the rings objective over by 2 rings than the actual ring count itself. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Once again, we have ourselves an S rank, and I believe we actually ranked up to our attack status. We've now actually access to level 2 of attack mode. So I'm pretty sure that we can actually sell some more strength from why not. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we can get here. So yeah. Now we're gonna be heading to Jet Black Backstreets. Is there anything in here? Nope. So in this level we actually have ourselves some spikes to actually dodge with. Is anything in here? Nope, that's just invisible walls. So, invisible walls, this might actually be kind of pointless. Okay, so there's of course some parts right there. So, yeah, that maybe seems quite similar. Okay, so let's defeat those. I guess another thing we'd like to talk about is that a couple of days ago, perhaps the most, conveniently, I'm pretty sure it's that on, pretty much, 2 weeks ago, that, King Mr. 74 has actually got himself a new PlayStation 3 game. Well, technically, he has a old PlayStation 3 game, which was released on sometime in 2007, while, the PlayStation 3 was first launched. And it seems that more likely as a launch title for that system, which will probably be Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, which I'm sure many people seem to think that the game was terrible overall, which, as far as he played the game so far, for what I've noticed, is that the game itself is really horrible. Although, not terrible, not the worst Sonic games that have ever existed. I mean, the soundtrack is really brilliant, and I think the visuals, they do look a bit passable at points. But the humans, oh my god, they look like photorealistic, and don't get me started on Eggman's design in Sonic 06. Oh my god, he looks absolutely horrendous. I know, because he has like little, like wrinkles or something like that in his jacket, or nipples or something, so... Yeah, I do apologize if I say that, but that's what he essentially looks like, so... And plus, I hate the fact that he was actually felt really thin, and the pink nose isn't there, and you can see Dr. Eggman's real eyes. I mean, jeez, it looks so freaky, that is. But still. But that was back in 2006, so the game itself was actually almost 10 years old. But at least even then, I think that game was actually released in, I'm pretty sure it's November sometime in 2006, so, yeah. At least if it's showing on the Xbox 360 version and a year later in the PlayStation 3, so... Because the PS3 version has some lower ratings than the Xbox 360 version, I'm pretty sure it's because of the cutscenes itself looks pretty much a 30 frames per second as opposed to the 360 version. This runs very smoothly, like 60 frames per second. And then plus that the PS3 version does not have trophies, which is disappointing. But at least in the 360 version it does have the achievement system. Alright, so I think in this level that we can actually come across into this new type of enemies. Here we have this little wizard, and basically, in order to defeat one of them, then obviously that occasionally she will teleport every once in a while, but the first part wasn't too bad though. At least the purple version of the wizard was actually not too difficult to deal with. So, yeah, that's basically where we can actually pull that off if we can. Alright, let's activate this green switch, which will somehow activate these spikes, including some chainsaws on the floor. Oh my god, that would be quite gruesome if that was what I gotta think about it. Just like Prince of Persia, which I'm assuming that's what that was going for. Expecting the Empire City from the HD version of Sonic Unleashed, that it has like chainsaws in these little scaling walls section, at least in the nighttime versions of the levels. And once you activate the green switch, then that's the end of the level. So this level is quite short though. Yeah, because it says like 6 minutes or so. And once again, we actually got ourselves a fantastic S rank, or spectacular S rank. Yeah. And it looks like we got ourselves a new ability called Beatdown. And I believe we actually only got one more ability left. And then I believe when we actually get some more skill points, or in this case some Dark Force points, that I think for the most part it's just a leveling up for some different status, like I'm pretty sure we can actually expand the health after later on, and as well as the Unleashed mode. Oh yeah, the Great Applicates. I think this is the last act in the nighttime stage in this world. So let's go ahead and do this, shall we? Yeah. Right, so let's go ahead and climb up this pole. And right off the bat, as you can see, there's an item box over there, but you have to actually go ahead and backtrack a little bit just to actually get that item box. While doing so is by basically just go ahead and we'll show it to you when we actually get to those. So, yeah, that's what Chip mentioned in Act 1. That you can actually hold down the button until you actually just hang on to the floating enemies and whatnot, and then that will actually let you to get into the other side. So that might be pretty handy if you're actually trying to overcome to the bottomless pit or anything. So, and plus, not to mention that in addition to that, obviously the point about those is that, although you can actually grab those enemies and then just toss one into each other, so that will make it battle even much easier. But oh my god, music, can you at least make it something a bit more different than last time? Because obviously we've heard this music quite a few times. So anyway, okay, so that'll be concluded in that section. But yeah, you always have to hold down the button, because if you somehow let go accidentally, then you're pretty much going to expect it that you're probably going to fall down to the bottomless pit. So, but luckily though, that the nighttime versions on the nighttime stages do have occasional random checkpoints. So, I'm assuming if you actually bypass those tricky situations like this one, like you have to swing back and forth. Now, there's another differences between the HD version over this version right here. If you're actually trying to go ahead and grab onto these floating enemies on the in there, is that in the 360 version, if you somehow grab onto the floating enemy from if they're hovering them for a few seconds, and then basically what that happens is that Sonic the Werehog actually goes in a jump like a ball form. Whoa, that was super ultra close right there. Did you somehow almost died right there? Yeah, we almost died right there, because otherwise if we fall off, then we have to redo that section again. Yeah, meaning that we have to scale through walls and everything, so... And plus you don't want to accidentally fall off to the bottomless pit down below. So anyways, if we approach down here, then we can get ourselves a piece here. And I believe for the most part for this level is by basically getting those pieces just like Act 1. So at least I really enjoy this music though. It does remind me of something almost related to the this France type of scenario. And then there's the clock tower in the distance, so even then the HD version, one cool thing about the HD version of Spigonian Night is that on that version of that level, that you can actually go navigate it inside a clock tower, which that sounds pretty cool. So yeah, it definitely seems like it. But yeah, if you walk all the way back into the beginning part, and then somehow you can actually grab the item box one, you don't necessarily do that, but at the same time, once you're about to complete 100% completion, then you probably should do that. So yeah, that's basically what you can get. Because literally, there are littered with every single item boxes everywhere in this game, especially noticeable in the daytime stages, and heck, even the nighttime stages too. But you don't have to collect all of them in order to actually beat the main quest. So basically, the matters is just basically going through each level, and then that's how you're essentially gonna do here. And I believe the last piece was down here, so... But when we try to grab this last piece, the enemy ambush, so we have to deal with them, so... Yeah. Okay, so... Since we're actually almost done with this level already, so... I'm pretty sure this was actually, much like Apato's Night, that... Again, I think this world actually contains 3 nighttime stages. So... Yeah, not too long though. So... Or else eventually the levels can get pretty long and pretty tough too, which I get into later on, so yeah, as far as my suggestions with that part, just right away. Alright, now we grab all 3 of those pieces, so now let's end the level off, well actually get through the gate first. And we can actually hopefully get to the goal ring. So yeah, I think that's all you can do in this level, so basically just find these 3 pieces, and if you found all 3 pieces, then... that's how you do it. So, Oh god, we actually have some more enemies to deal with. And here's another color version of the wizard itself. And I'm pretty sure this wizard might actually trying to spark these electric shocks at you. But I'm pretty sure we'll just have to find out because he doesn't seem to pull this off. And it looks like he's running away from us for no stateable reason. But like he decides to go backwards like 50 feet flat, so yeah, that kind of felt a bit disjointing at times. So anyway, so let's go ahead and beat these enemies right here, and then once we deal with these guys, then we can grab those last 10 rings, and before I check anything, doesn't contain anything. Alright, so let's see how we did here, and looks like once again another S rank. Jeez, we're getting so many S ranks in these nighttime stages, kind of think of it. Yeah, I know that, right? Because it's quite easy to get S ranks in nighttime stages as a result. Oh, only 1,000 points off while getting the next skill. So anyway, so we got ourselves a bunch of items, including this little tablet fragment. And everything should be good to go in that part. So we need to now talk to Professor right now. So let's go ahead and do that.
Yes, this is so much fun. I love it.
Hey, what's the big idea?
Oh, look at that. I really know how to dance. Come on, babe. Let's dance the night away.
Help!
Yes, this is so much fun.
Whoa, is there some kind of party going on?
Oh, look at that. I really
No,
know how to dance.
something's not right here.
Yes, this is so much fun. I love it.
Oh, it's a carnival of creeps out there.
And it looks like we're gonna have to deal with these enemies here. Now, you remember the HD version of this game is that you don't know when to actually beat them, you simply just battle them and kill them with the usage of these other combos. But in this version, that you can actually do as some sort of like a quick time event, which if you incorporate with those buttons just right, mainly all 3 of those buttons, then that's how you do. And there's only 3 enemies, so it's pretty quick though.
What was I just doing? Hey! Wait up!
Just now, was that Sonic?
Ah, that should calm things down a bit around here. Chalk another one up for Sonic.
You know Sonic?
Well, of course. He was here just a moment ago.
Tell me what's happened to him. Please, tell me everything you know.
I'll happily explain everything over a plate of cucumber sandwiches.
Oh man, Professor Pickle always trying to mention the cucumber sandwiches. And now we're gonna be heading to the Pickle Lab, so that what's our next injector we're gonna be doing with. And it looks like Amy Rose is gonna join in Professor Pickle's lab at the moment. Yeah, because, you know, following that cutscene following afterwards. So anyways, so now he was gonna mention that the next destination we're gonna be heading to is Chunan. And Chunan was basically based on China, so basically that's what we can get around in Asia's type of you know, region. So we're gonna have to finish this video here. So next time on Let's Play Sonic Unleashed for the Nintendo Wii and PlayStation 2 is that we're gonna be heading to Chunan. So see you guys next time. Later.